class speaker, or valedictorian, addresses her class, or his class, at UCR community. The valedictorian reflects on the years at UCR, the academics, the social aspects, the joys of being here. The valedictorian is chosen from a very short list of students with stellar summa cum laude results, plus equally stellar contributions to UCR as a community. RASA, Roosevelt All Student Association, advises the Dean on the social contribution of the candidate, and the Dean makes the final decision. I am proud to announce that our 2019 valedictorian is Tess Schijfman. With a great passion for history, political history in particular. Her work in international politics and law has contributed to making her work in history even better. Tess wrote a senior project on relations between the Netherlands East Indies companies and China in the 18th century. She will continue her studies at the University of Edinburgh, where she will read political history. So much for academics. As a member of UCR community, Tess has been tireless as the Secretary of the Housing Affairs Committee. She is an active and engaged RASA member who has been active as a volunteer in Elliot, as an interweek parent, as well as a godparent. To top that off, she was elected cohort representative for our Aurora Alumni Association. Finally, Tess has worked as a receptionist for the student desk at UCR. So we really ask ourselves, how did she do all that in 3 years? Tess. Floor is yours.
Dear parents, grandparents, family, friends, UCR faculty and staff, but most importantly, my dearest fellow graduates. It is a great honor to stand before you all today and to be one of the first ones to say, congratulations. This seemingly unachievable moment throughout these past 3, sometimes 3.5, or maybe even 4 years has finally come. We have graduated. Get ready to add the BA title behind your name on your LinkedIn profile, to add those lovely graduation photo shoot pictures to your Instagram feed, and to add yet another degree to your CV that you can send to the local cafe as a side job to your master program. We came to UCR 3 years ago. We saw all the challenges lying ahead of us, like the 100 stats course, and making sure not all of our clothes were tricked in the dryer. And we conquered the hell out of them. I think the following quote from our beloved Eleanor Roosevelt sums up pretty well the journey we have been through these past 3 years. You gain strength, courage, and confidence by every experience in which you really stop to look fear in the face. You are able to say to yourself, I lived through this horror. I can take the next thing that comes along. Although I'm sure we have all experienced some moments at UCR during which we thought the horror of endless deadlines, exams, papers, posters, and don't get me started on that 100 stats per project, never seemed to end. This space also has its way in growing. I am sure, despite the fact that this past semester we have constantly been telling ourselves that we are ready to leave Middelburg, or at least most of us, I'm sure that by next week Tuesday we are all going to miss the sour beer smell of the downstairs bar and smelly it. The freezing winter cold of the Maquettezaal on a Monday morning, and the lovely professors with PhD degrees who cannot seem to figure out how to open a YouTube video or turn on the projector. With some room for improvement on technological intelligence, UCR has never been shy about presenting itself as a place of excellence. Whether this is justified or not is beyond the scope of this speech, although let me be clear, I think it is. Nonetheless, what I have been wondering is what is it, besides academics, that makes UCR such an exceptional place? I came up with the following things, which I think contribute to making UCR truly a unique environment. First of all, you are confronted with your professors on a day-to-day basis. People who can be your inspiration and worst enemy, all at the same time. What I can tell you, however, is that the relationship between professors and students at UCR is truly an element which contributes to making UCR such an extraordinary place. It is no exception to be invited over for dinner by one of your professors, or to get slightly tipsy on red wine with staff and faculty during New Year's drinks and graduation dinners. Of course, not all professors, or students for that matter, are alcoholics. Professors here are also incredibly kind, intelligent, enthusiastic people who are willing to help you in any way they can in order to help you succeed. They provide you with opportunities to publish papers, do internships, or write you letters of recommendation. Therefore, this relationship is not vertical, but rather horizontal, which I can assure you is a real pleasure. Next to that, let's admit, the geographical location of UCR is pretty special. Let me tell you what a struggle it has been to explain to people over the past 3 years that yes, Middelburg is an actual city located in Zeeland, which yes, is an actual province of the Netherlands where they speak Dutch, which is not only home to German tourists, and yes, does actually have an active student life. Because believe it or not, I can tell you that parties at UCR can get pretty intense. Especially after sleep-depriving, fast-food-rich, stressful finals weeks, UCR students seem to have a pretty enjoyable time. So yes, being located in Middelburg contributes to making UCR one of a kind. The third thing on my list is the high level of student involvement. The countless societies, committees and teams who all in some way or another are involved within the community are extraordinary. It is incredible to realize how involved UCR students are when looking at the weekly activities calendar of RASA, let alone the Welcome to UCR Facebook page, which is always overflooding with event announcements, surveys, polls, and questions about where to find the best hairdressers in town. Somehow that last one always pops up 3 or 4 times a day. Finally, and most importantly, your friends are truly what makes these 3 years at UCR memorable and unique. The friends you make here are often not only the people you live with, but also the people you have classes with, you party with, and you do sports with. They're also the people with whom you experience the really high highs, but also the really low lows. And it is during these low moments that you connect and find the people who you want to be surrounded by. Therefore, 3 years feels like a lifetime, getting to know people inside out, making them feel as familiar as them. So, now that we have established that these past 3 years haven't been a complete waste of our time, and that this place is actually pretty special, we can move on at what lies ahead. Naturally, this wouldn't be a true farewell address if I wouldn't include some cheesy, idealistic cliché comments about the future and life after UCR. So here we go. First and foremost, I want to remind all of us here today that we have time. It is okay not to have a specific plan for the future or to be unsure of what you want to do in life. After the intensity of academics, it is now finally time to burst out of the bubble and explore what life and the world has to offer you. Travel, experience, explore. Try discover that no, you cannot spend the rest of your life on farms petting cute alpacas. And yes, making decisions is something you will have to do. But also feel, and feel again, because this is not the time to be perfect, but this is the time to make mistakes. And in the process of stumbling, falling, and getting back up, realize that there is no such a thing as one right path to get you to where you want to be. Live, laugh, love, and remember that this is not the end of growing, so long as you have the courage to constantly step out of your comfort zone. Then maybe, just maybe, in 5 to 10 years, we start to understand and appreciate our time at UCR and how it has helped us gain strength and confidence to take the next thing that comes along. Thank you. And the Dean of UCR, Bert van der Brink, to the stage to present the class gifts.